cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane.
What an outstanding competition.
From miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of horse.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky.
Look at that.
Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to
A
the show.
hard-running steer, but he handles it.
Welcome to the show.
That's perfect.
And here we go.
Hello, Houston, and to the rest of the world as well. Welcome, everybody. I'm Bob Tallman, along with Boyd Polhamus and Andy Seiler. We're a team, but they're the brains, and I do my best to just try to keep up with them. I am so excited to say a lot of things. But, folks, $2,533,000, new names, new ideas, and there's a lot of these young people in the top 10. Already, Boyd won $50,000, $60,000, $75,000. Big bucks have been earned. Bigger bucks are coming.
Absolutely. We're in the second round of Super Series 3. And no matter what the scores and times are, keep your eyes on the money, because that's how you advance to a semifinal in this tournament. I do want you to watch this guy, though. The reigning world champion bareback rider, Dean Thompson, shows up in round 1 of Super Series 3 yesterday. And what's he do? Promptly scores 88 points to win the first round of his Super Series. And I think the champion of the world has got his sights set on the Houston title.
Well, I'm looking to a cowgirl, and I actually caught a little flack for this pick backstage because she didn't win the round, but consistency is key. Josie Connor has a great horse named Dutch. She was 3-4 in round 1, took a smart shot, and she understands, Boyd, that money won is how you advance. So if she and Dutch can be consistent, she looks for that bigger payday.
And she looks real good on camera, too. Hey, talk about somebody else that looks real good on camera. The 4th member of our broadcast team. Let's go down to Jenny Johnson.
Hi, Boyd. The Zach Top fans are here at NRG, and we are ready to rodeo. Tonight in the rodeo, I'm really looking at the guys who split the round last night. Starting with Stetson Jorgensen, 5 times to the NFR. He came out, made a super great run. We've seen him in the championship round at Rodeo Houston here many times. He split the win with Cash Robb, a former Resistol Rookie of the Year, made his first trip to the NFR just last year. They were both 5.2, but I think the real superstar that you're going to see here is Mabel. They were both riding this awesome mare, Mabel, a past AQHA Horse of the Year. She's carried many guys to the pay window, and I expect it to do it all over again tonight.
Thank you, Jenny. We're excited to watch that happen. Tie-down roping is how we're going to begin the competitions this evening. Sponsored by Boot Barn. And one night ago, the first guy to go, Corey Solomon of Prairie View A&M. He'll be the last guy to go tonight because we go in reverse order, but he put the heat on the field last night with a 9.3, and that gave him the 3,000. Like I said, the money is more important than the times or the scores. As we move into round number 2, Costa is a world champ. John Douch, a former Rodeo Houston champ. And we begin first with Marcos.
This field is plowed with talent. Makes you kind of want to waffle when you make a pick, but Marcus Costa started with $2,000 on night 1. Past world champ, hasn't won this rodeo, but he's getting closer. 9-8, a very, very good time, and one that we've seen win a lot of money in our first 2 Super Series, gents. That could win some more tonight, Bobby T.
All right, Andy, no waffle in the middle of that wobble as he went down to that calf. I mean, step for step, hand for hand. 9-8, boys, it's all set. Let's go to Garrett Elmore. Springer, Oklahoma. Now, he's in the top 30 of the PRCA standings. It's early in the season. But, you know, by the time we get ready to go out west to California, to Oakdale, Red Bluff, go to Clovis, the spring break, if you haven't got $40,000, $50,000 won in rodeo today, you're behind. It's tough. $65,000. That's what it pays to win first here on the final day. We talk about money and moving on. That'll be the big story at the end of each round tonight. Got him. Okay, G-Man, over. String, gather. Nice tie.
Took a little bit of a gamble there, only taking one wrap and a hooey, though. Traveled nearly halfway across the arena to be 10-3. 10-3 for Elmore. Puts him number 2.
So now we turn to Bryce Durr from Portales, New Mexico. He finished in the top 4 last night. Long, tall, lean machine. He's 6'1", weighs 195 pounds, 23 years old. He's won checks in Fort Worth, San Antonio, and Tucson this year. So Bryce trying to make some more magic tonight. Only $750 last night, and we usually think, man, we haven't seen too many people advance with less than $3,000. It happens from time to time, but he's going to want to try to get up into the top 2 if he can, and that would be, at this moment, a 9.8 or faster to take first, a 10.3 or faster to move to second.
Handsome, clean-cut young man in his second year of professional rodeo reach. He's at about 45 yards on a football field, nearly halfway down there. Well, that horse worked good, Andy. Horse worked good.
He did, but you'll see him keep hustling his feet as he tries to get closer to the calf. This horse is wanting to stop. But it'll be 10-8, 10-8. Puts him number 3.
So, where do you go after that, Bobby T?
Riley Webb. What about two-time back-to-back champion of the world? You know, to be able to wear a gold buckle once in your life, but back-to-back years, 23, 24. And think about it, he's 21 years old, guys.
That's nuts, Bob. 21 years of age, and he's already a 2-time world champ.
2 years ago, he won this big rodeo. He is a Houston champion. Would he love to do it again? Yeah. Smooth. Woo! When he gathered those 2 hind legs, it was a rocket.
That's the comeback he needed after what happened on night 1, Boyd.
Yeah, let's not forget he is the 2-time and reigning champion of the world for a reason. And you're not going to keep this guy down long. Not at all. And now he goes right to where he wanted to be, 8.4 for Riley, and we love watching that happen. He fixed what went wrong last night.
All right, John Douch. Don't let what you've just seen scare you, and we know it won't. He won this rodeo the year before Riley did in 2022. A 4-time NFR qualifier. He was 11-6 last night. We put $500 in his right front pocket. 27-year-old from Huntsville, Texas. Texas, there you go, that's right. Your neighbor to the north. Won over $1 million. Let's see if we can get some more. John with a tight loop, keeps the calf standing, that's good. Watch the groundwork. Good work, Douch. 8-9, he's in the mix.
Oh, the price is going up in the tie-down roping. Last night, 11-4, would have won 4th. Right now, 10-3's winning 4th. So the price just keeps getting a little steeper, Mr. Tallman. The bidding keeps going up.
Boydie, we haven't brought it up yet, but if you rope a calf and tip him over, sideways, over, backwards, whatever, when you get to him, if he's down, then you have to take that second and a half in order to pick him up, get him up, and then flank him. You're losing money because you're gaining time. John Douch, right there, just proved how it works. All right, Chet. Chet Weeks comes from London, Texas. Just thought I'd drag him into that one. He's a team roper and a tie-down roper. He was 16-8 last night.
You did that on purpose. You really wanted him to think he came from God Save the Queen. Whoa! Calf meets him halfway up the rope. And he's going to get a broken barrier. Calf's having a bad day. Yeah, now the calf's going to kick free. That means it's in no time. And this is how the barrier functions. You ready, y'all? If you don't know, either the calf trips it or the horse trips it. You can tell by which little string was broken. There's two little strings on that barrier. One breaks if the calf trips it. The other breaks if the horse trips it. And in this case, the horse tripped it, so it's a no time plus 10, which is about as bad a day as you could have. So, Chet, it's going to get better tomorrow. We've said many Cowboys win the third round in advance.
And that's what he's going to have to do. Tom Kraus, Gallatin, Missouri, the winner of the Central Open Fiesta last year in San Angelo, Texas. Bob watched him do it in person. Number 12 in the world. 12-8 yesterday.
You can watch it on the Cowboy Channel the last weekend in October, or you can come to Tom Green County, San Angelo, Texas, and enjoy it with us. Not because I'm there, but I just want to say I think it's the greatest matches of calf roping, steer roping, county team roping, breakaway roping. It's amazing. Yeah.
Needs more money in a tough go-round, and 9-5. 9-5 will put him third.
All right, we'll take that. So you watch the second look. Hard-running calf, and that matters because the score is so long here at Houston. With such a big arena, you got to let the calves out quite a ways. As a matter of fact, our next roper is Corey Solomon, and we asked him how important is the start here at Rodeo Houston.
On setups like, here at Rodeo Houston, the start pretty long. So the start is everything. It looks easy, but it's really tough on the competitors. So you got to try to sit there as much as you can and hope for the best.
Well, his overall start in round one was fantastic.
And he is a horseman, too. And that's why people go, why do you even have a barrier? Well, that's where the cowboy part comes out. How well do you handle your horse with your left hand? How well do you handle scoring timed event cattle?
He was 9-3. Was worth $3,000 last night. See if he could set this one up. Big calf, but we broke the barrier. So he spoke about the start and got a little taste of it as he crossed the line a little too early, turning a 9-4 into a 19-4 for Corey.
I'd like to have a replay of that, but with the problems, we don't do that. That man roped that calf so right. But so did this one. As the G-Man backs his horse in, nods at Charlie, gets a run on the football field, boy.
And yeah, just how quickly can things change? As John Douch puts one down, that guy right there has 2 gold buckles, and last night he left out of here last place. And when we get to that board in a moment, you're going to see it flip completely. John with the tip of the hat, and look at this. Riley Webb, who got no money last night, wins the round today. He's now tied with Corey Solomon at the top of the board with Marcus Costa and John Douch in hot pursuit. The top 4 advance tomorrow. Out of tomorrow to our semifinals. Thank you to Boot Barn for bringing us the tie-down roping.
This is the Rodeo Houston Super Series. Here's how it works. We invite 40 of the top athletes in each of our 8 events. They're divided into 5 Super Series. Each one of those events is 3 rounds. At the end of the 3 rounds, the 4 highest money winners advance to one of our 2 semifinals. There are 10 athletes in each of the semifinals. We take the top 4 from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 and advance them to the championship. The 6 that do not advance from each semifinal round get another chance. They'll go to one of our 2 wildcard competitions. The winner from each wildcard will advance to the championship. They join the others for a shot at the $65,000 with a total purse of over $2.5 million. That's how the revolutionary Rodeo Houston Super Series works.
The action continues from the bucket chutes. Bareback riding is next in Houston.
Hey folks, if you're 21 or older, I want you to pledge to rodeo responsibly, as does the Miller Lite designated driver, okay? I want you to scan the QR code right now and receive a complimentary fountain drink or a bottle of water. Responsibility has its rewards. Always plan for a safe ride home.
Thanks to Cavender's Boot City for sponsoring our hard-working arena crew. They're down in the dirt, they're on the chutes, they're doing all the work behind the scenes. That is your Cavender's Boot City arena crew.
Captions are available on your mobile device at rodeohouston.com/captions. We'll make it easy for you. Just point your camera at the QR code on the center screens, and it will take you directly to our closed caption mobile application.
All right, everybody, look at the screens. There you are. There you are. Oh, ladies, you never look better with a hat and a mustache. Our friends at Carnival Cruise Line make the cowboy cam happen. They're bringing out the Wild West to those kids tonight.
Back inside NRG Stadium at Rodeo Houston, round 2, Super Series 3. The next contest is the roughest, the bareback bronc riding. It is physically demanding, and Chevron is presenting it at Rodeo Houston. The guy that did it all, I talked about this guy in our open, Dean Thompson, had just an unbelievable NFR in Las Vegas in December. Horse stepped on his hat, that's all right. We'll get him another one. Thompson, $1,000 above Cook, Profit, and O'Connell rounding out the top 4.
22-year-old Cooper Cook of Victor, Idaho. Champion in Angelo. That's San Angelo, if you can join him in April. Made it to last year's National Finals Rodeo, and last night won $2,000. Zastron Acres, the NFR horse from the Calgary Stampede, out of the world champion Graded Coconut. The horse may not be bay like its dad, but this sorrel put some power underneath the Idaho lad.
Power is the correct term. Some drop. This one will jerk your arm. Former Western Texas College standout on the intercollegiate level. And the pickupman still trying to get him on the ground for the Victor, Idaho Cowboy. Hey, he's consistent. 85 points for Cooper Cook.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had a chance to ask Tim O'Connell, the next man to go. He's been here second time, third time, Rodeo Houston. What's it going to take to win this rodeo?
It's going to take everything I got. It's going to take some lucky drawing. It's going to take some fantastic riding. And Lady Luck just has to be on my side as these brackets move on into the finals.
Never bet against this guy. Forge Warrior. 7-year-old bucking horse. Jess Pope was 85 in Fort Worth. Oh, wicked move back to the right. Down goes Frazier. That's a 3-time world champion, and you don't buck him off, folks. Pick him up a little with your hands and your voices. This is old. They ought to, for those of you who are 2.5 Men fans, they ought to name this horse Charlie Waffles, because he does more than just waffle to the left. He'll waffle to the right. And down goes the 3-time champion of the world.
That is quite the wild ride, and we'll have to see what Tim can do in round 3. Is all he can do is say, thank you, Lord, for small blessings and favors.
All right, Dean Thompson's already said his prayers because it's time to nod your head. We are looking at the reigning champion of the world with 2 NFRs in Las Vegas behind him. Ladies and gentlemen, he was 88 points last night. This is another graded coconut gold from the Calgary Stampede. They call him Forgetful Nelly. Forgetfully Nelly.
Sometimes in a man's life, you just need to achieve one really important goal to tell yourself how talented you are. The confidence of Dean Thompson just continues to rise. He is tied at the top, 85 points for Dean. It's beautiful.
Some good watching is the bareback riding so far, Mr. Tallman. Let's go to Colton Clemens. He's 25 years old. He's number 30 in the world standings. I was in Columbus, Ohio about a month ago at a Since World's Toughest. He was there as well, scored 85.5 points. So he's a youngin', but he's worth keeping your eyes on.
He's born fearless, Boyd, because that's the name of the horse. Okay. Cole Franks, last summer at the Calgary Stampede, was nearly 87 points on this horse. Cooper Cook, who you watched a moment ago, was 88 points on this horse. Well, it's not quite working. I think we might roll up one.
So we're going to roll up one chute and go to Donnie Profit from Diamondville, Wyoming, little town in the Cowboy State. We asked him, what's one of your favorite parts about Rodeo Houston?
I mean, the money's great here, and they just keep going up and up. And, I mean, we don't get to ride in big indoor arenas like this very often. It's pretty impressive to look out over those bucking chutes and see the size of that arena.
He impressed us at the college finals, riding for the University of Wyoming. He's got a national finals bucking horse from the Calgary Stampede called Dandy Delight. They were 86.5 on this mare in Ellensburg. 87.5 at Fort Worth. Wyoming showing us what a cowboy can do, Bobby T.
He gives that roan mare the boots. And if you're not used to that terminology, giving him the boots means his feet went to spurring. Watch her. She tried him to right, back to the left. Now she lines out a little bit. That's not going to hurt him any. He's 80. Like to have been 85, but he's 80, so he's all right.
Janie is standing with Cooper Cook, another Idaho cowboy, as we get ready to watch Jacob Lees of Caldwell, Idaho, on Come Along. Janie, what's he got?
Well, we've got Cooper Cook and Dean Thompson back here behind the chutes talking about your ride. How much do the two of you guys feed off of each other for the big time score?
Oh, all the time. I mean, we went to high school rodeos all the time and started riding against each other from a young age and just carried this great friendship on for a while.
And back here cheering on the next bareback rider.
Well, that was Jacob Lees of Caldwell, Idaho, on Come Along from the Calgary Stampede. That horse is a saddle bronc horse most of the time. We moved him over into the bareback ride, and Colton and Come Along did not have a good time together at all. 73.
Great point, Boyd. Mostly a bronc. Sometimes they move them over there to free them up. In the bronc riding, you got a saddle with 2 cinches plus a flank and a halter and a bronc rein. Lets these horses expand. Come alive, Andy.
That was actually Colton Clemens, who we were 73 with. Now we will go to Jacob Lees. Coming off his second trip to the National Finals Rodeo. He's got a National Finals bucking horse. All of our barebacks from the Calgary Stampede, the number 11 man in the world. You got to be in the 80s if you want to be in the top 4, Jacob. As the horse circles around to the right, into his hand. Another big blood red bay. As our pickup move in to escort him back down to the soil of NRG Stadium. Great shot of the mark-out rule, keeping your feet above the horse's shoulders. That first jump out, 82 points, 82 for Lees, puts him third.
Well, Boyd uses the term gym rat occasionally. Big and stout that he is, he doesn't have to go to the gym. This guy is a gym rat. 5'9" and a quarter inches tall, weigh 190 pounds. He's got the mustard. This is Chad Rutherford, Hillsboro, Texas.
How many times have we said grated coconut tonight? Here's another Son of grated coconut. Lucky Knight, he looks a lot more like his dad. Chad Rutherford. He had a rough go of it yesterday. And this one, I believe he's going to do much better on the score, but it was hard on his body. You can see that because this horse throws a punch. Much better. 81.5 points for Chad. That's where we wanted to go. Good job, Cowboy.
See by that reaction at the end of the ride, too. He knew it was a fist fight. Here's the number 1 man in the world from Huntsville, Texas. That's right, Bradley Miller, your neighbor to the north, who won over $230,000 in Las Vegas at the National Finals Rodeo. He's got an NFR horse called Enough Cherry, the 8-year-old gelding, who they use quite a bit in the saddle bronc ride. Split the win in Belfouche, the Black Hills Roundup. Come on, Bradley.
Yes.
The Texans are behind you. Let's keep that number 1 status. He's just starting to come into his own, Bobby Team.
Boyd and I watched him last November at Texas City in a 6-inch downpour. This kid can ride him in the rain, ride him in the snow, and he can ride him in NRG. Reached and run.
Excuse me, Bobby, but his dad is actually the rodeo coach at Sam Houston State University. And Bradley's making the whole family proud, making Texas proud, and 82.5 for Mr. Miller on tonight's effort. So that's another check. But when we stack them up, you got to watch. Just look at the faces of the bareback riders, folks. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Flank strap wrapping around your neck. Look at the grimace. They call it the most physically demanding contest in our sport. And there goes the 3-time champion of the world. Rutherford proclaims himself safe. Tim shakes it off. Donnie pumps his fist. Dean says, I'm here to stay. Well, here's how it finished tonight. Cook and Thompson split the top spot. Miller and Lee's right behind, but this is the most important board. Dean Thompson winning the most thus far after 2. Cooper Cook looks like he has enough to advance to a semifinal. It's going to be a dogfight for the last 2 spots in Super Series 3 when we return tomorrow. Chevron brought you the bareback bronc riding.
2 by 2, they come in. Team roping is next here in H-Town.
I want to give a big thank you to Houston Methodist, the official healthcare providers for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and supporters of Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine. They are caring for our rodeo athletes.
It's autograph time at the Fan Zone, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Meet our Rodeo Houston athletes, bullfighters, Leon Coffee, Rodeo Royalty, and more. In sections 103 and 124, you can also pick up a Rodeo Houston belt buckle.
So as much as we'd love to have you inside NRG Stadium every day and every night, we know that's probably not possible. But you should know that you can watch us at home or anywhere for that matter. Space City Home Network is broadcasting, as is the Cowboy Channel and our friends from Telemundo. Let's go upstairs and meet Enrique and Luis calling for Telemundo. Hi, guys.
Hola, saludos amigos, gracias por acompañarnos, bienvenidos aquí al Energy Stadium. Les recordamos, descarguen su aplicación de Telemundo Texas para acompañarnos con toda la acción de Rodeo Houston, Luis, en español.
Amigos, coming up in team roping last night, we mentioned Dustin Egusquiza and Levi Lord, who are coming off a win in San Antonio last month. Last night, they won the round with a 5.1, should be a great Super Series.
Boy, thank you, Luis. You're a great analyst.
Oh, what a beautiful night. It was a beautiful day. The weather has been on our side in Houston, Texas. NRG Stadium getting full tonight and ready for Zach. Hey, team roping now. As they are sponsored by Corral Handcrafted Boots, we're going to start putting some pressure on those. We saw it in the calf roping, Andy. Let's see what we see in the team open. Esquisita and Lord. Those are the superstars from a year ago, but they are in the lead at 6,000. Proctor and Medlin at 4 right behind them, then it starts spreading it out.
They came out with a bang. Clay Smith, Colby Payne, the number 2 team in the world. 2-time world champ. That's Smith. These guys have won everywhere this winter. They haven't claimed the title yet at a major rodeo, but that doesn't matter. Keep on placing. 2 horns. Can we get 2 feet? We'll only catch 1 on the backside. That's a 5-second penalty. It'll be 10 and 8 total.
Well, they placed last night with a leg 2. And so it was a top 4 time last night, but you're playing with fire if you hope that'll happen every day. Now, both of us want to see great things from these 2 brothers. 24-year-old Wyatt Bray with 26-year-old Peyton Bray. Peyton has won the National Finals Rodeo. He's been there 3 times. Wyatt wants to go. They won the YO Rodeo in Sheridan, Wyoming last year. They won Lovington, New Mexico, the biggest and richest outdoor rodeo in the land of enchantment. Won Fort Madison, Iowa. Let's win around in Houston, boys. Wyatt has the horns. Peyton has the toes. That's the way to bounce back, gentlemen. Oh, no. Broke the barrier. So instead of 5 flat, it's 15 and flat.
Oh, no. Not the things we want to say. Definitely not the things they want to hear. But the healer in most cases would look quickly to see if they got out or not. Make a different position on where he's going to ride in. Cody Snow, Hunter Cook. I watched this man at the head end during the AQHA team roping at Fort Worth for a couple of nights. I watched him rope 80 steers, one right after the other on about 5 head of horses. He has become my new hero with a head rope, Andy.
Not just that, Bobby T. He rides some excellent, excellent horses. As you see him crack that head loop on, we will catch an inside leg here. So we got an outside, now an inside. Doesn't matter, it's still 5 seconds. 11 and 2. 11 and 2 with the penalty of 5.
Got a cool looking head stall on that horse too. Cody does. All right. We still haven't got what it's going to take to win this round. Yesterday it took a 5-1 to win first, a 5-9 to win second, a 6-6 to win third. So clearly we haven't seen that happen yet. Kyle Dennison and Lane Mitchell, your turn, boys. Just make a good, clean, fast run.
Now this is team roping. 2 white shirts, 2 gray horses. They've got everything matched and ready.
What are they wearing for hats? No, they're beige and black hats. That's all right. Nod, reach. Oh, hope I didn't make him do that.
No, it was the hats.
The hats?
Yeah, they had 2 different color hats.
Oh, okay, so I ain't going there.
I'm very impressed with Andy's ability to notice fashion. All right, the number 1 team in the world. Dustin Egaskiza, Marietta, Florida. Levi Lord, Sturgis, South Dakota. Levi comes from a family. His brother Eli is a bulldogger. His dad JB is just a cowboy. He can do it all. Dustin Egaskiza from Marietta, Florida. Manny, a great roper as well. But there's few headers that can get him out of it as quick as Dustin. 7-time NFR qualifier. That's smart. That's smart. Look, if you need a 4-1 like they had to do in San Antonio to win the rodeo, then go roping 4-1. But right now there hadn't been a clean run yet in the first half. So they just went out there and did a businessman's run and did exactly what needed to be done. 7 seconds flat.
Boyd, normally you pick up on what the header does with that rope. He still had 2 coils in his hand. Amazing, Dustin. Now Coleman Proctor. This is the number 3 man of the world. A year ago, 1 run in Las Vegas. Thomas and Mack cost him about $30,000. Logan Medlin, 2nd generation, 4-time NFR qualifier. Think about it, these guys have won $2.9 million together. Oh, and they're solid again tonight. 5-7, Andy.
They knew just how good this steer was, Bob, because you see Coleman's going to be off the barrier. He is going to wait for his chance to make sure that he's cleaned at the start, and then Logan does what Logan's been doing for the past decade, ever since we watched him win back-to-back collegiate champs. Nice work.
Okay. I'll take your 5-7 and I'll raise it to a 5-6. Here are the two-time and defending world champion team ropers. The last 2 years in a row, this team has dominated team roping. Tyler Wade, Terrell, Texas. Wesley Thorpe, Throckmorton, Texas. Wesley's actually a three-time champion of the world. That's a legal catch. That is legal. And while it's not a 5-6, it's a 5-9. It's good enough to put him in the number 2 spot right now, which would be worth about $4,000.
I joked with Tyler one time. I said, you rope a lot of steers around the neck. He goes, yeah, but when you rope with Wesley, it really doesn't matter.
That's confidence.
Yes.
That's confidence. I wonder if Devin Johnson could do that. Cody Lansing, he'll be at the heel end from Cortez, Colorado. These boys have been winning fairly well. Permit champions in Vegas and in Waco, Texas. The header, Red Oak, Texas. Reach him, Devon, but it just bounces it over.
Great thing about this format, though, we give you 3 shots at trying to win a check so that you can try and get enough money to advance from your Super Series.
It's called team roping for a reason. See how the heeler hazes that steer until the header can get into position. The ropes are not tied to the saddle horn. You have to dally around your horn after you rope. Your partner has got to make sure he doesn't pull it out of your hand. You've got gold buckles all over, but Proctor and Medlin take the round. Wade and Thorpe in hot pursuit. Egaskis and Lord get another check. And it is Proctor and Medlin winning the Super Series right in front of the number 1 team in the world and the reigning world champs. It's going to be a good third round tomorrow. A lot remains undecided in the team roping. Thank you to Corral Handcrafted Boots for bringing it to us.
Bucket chutes are loaded yet again for the classic event of saddle bronc riding. Coming at you.
Anyone who knows rodeo knows there's nothing more important than safety. That goes for our fans too. The Crown Royal Riders want everyone to make it home safely. As you enjoy Rodeo Houston, please make sure to always assign a designated driver. Crown Royal wants you to drink responsibly. Rain on, Houston.
We've got a great vantage point up here in our announcing booth. But if I had the opportunity to watch one of these shows, this is where I would want to be. Our Chenier chute seats. Each and every night, they are right behind our bucket chutes, and those people always have a smile on their face because it is one of the best locations inside NRG Stadium. Our Chenier chute seats right behind the bucket chutes.
Well, Andy, a lot of that has to do with they're looking down on this crew right below them. That's our arena crew. Those talented people, men and women. They're taking care of all those gates, those panels, those chutes, all of that equipment. They do such an awesome job. I'd like to say thank you to Cavender's Boot City. They make sure all of that happens. Hello, beautiful people.
Welcome back, folks. I want to remind you, make sure to catch our spectacular drone show. It happens every Saturday and Sunday night at 8 o'clock. So this coming weekend and the last weekend, you can come out at 8 o'clock each night. Even if you don't have a rodeo ticket, come enjoy the drone show presented by ExxonMobil.
So impressive that they could put that together. Even more impressive is the lineup we have in the saddle bronc riding. Brought to you by our friends at Energy Transfer. Who took all the cookies on night number 1? It was Logan Hay with a cowboy move. Horse was laying down. He said, I don't care. I'll take him any way I can get him. We paid him $3 grand for an 85.5 on Yuppie Bubbles. But a very, very good field here, Bob. Can't wait to see it unfold.
Well, let's just see if this rematch for Tanner Butner and Dead So Long in the Calgary Stampede is going to be equal to or better than the 81 he had on him. That was whoa in the River City Roundup at Hermiston, Oregon last summer. Now, even as big as NRG Stadium is, a horse still decides occasionally to make that circle, get back in that chute area. He did not make any mistakes as we would expect him. Purdy. 79.5, maybe a couple lower than he wanted, but he's there.
You know, there's a lot of different things you can name a horse that would get a cowboy's attention, right? But this horse's name is First Love. And if you've ever had your heart broke by your first love, then you might know what it's like to try to ride this horse. Its father is the legendary Graded Coconut, the great world champion bucking horse from the Calgary Stampede. As Andy pointed out the other day, the Calgary Stampede is both an event and a venue, but it's also a ranch and a herd of horses. And they lease their bucking stock to people like Binion Survey to bring to their rodeos to make sure everything we give you is good. Dawson Hay had this horse in Fort Worth, marked 86 points. Chase Brooks has qualified for the national finals 6 times in a row. Almost made it 7 times in 2024, but just missed it.
You watched him at your favorite rodeo, one of them, boy. Did Cody be the champion last summer? Talk about a ranch family. And $1,200,000 in his career. Another 65, 70, and a lot of them are going to win more. Oh, no. Bad boy. I don't like to see a horse turn around backwards, especially in the bull ride.
Okay, there's some explaining we have to do now, folks. By rule, this horse has to turn out to the left. That is a left-hand delivery bucking chute, which means the horse must enter the arena turning to the left. The fact that he didn't, that judge just threw an orange flag. Now, they're going to give this guy a score, but they're going to offer him a re-ride as well. And I think it might be Willy Wonka of the Survey Brothers is what I think it might be. So he could take the 77 or he could take the re-ride. My guess is he's going to take a re-ride because if you weren't in the 80s last night, you didn't place.
Good guess, Boyd. Here's a man you said was our winner in the opening of the bronc ride, Logan Hay. Wildwood, Alberta, Canada, one of 3 brothers of the great Roddy Hay, brother Denny. What a family and annual news. Let's see if he can make a headline tonight.
It's a national finals bucking horse that his brother was 85 on at the NFR, so he didn't have to go very far to get some information on this horse, the 12-year-old Bay Gelding.
And when you buck off the world champion all-around, Stetson Wright in San Antonio, that horse gets a little bit of some attention.
Little tip of the cap. The winner at Salt Lake City, the end of July, leans back, see if he can duplicate what he did one night ago. Bay Horse takes a scoop. Logan gets those feet moving. I think the worst part of it is when that horse sets up at first. I'm sure he bucks a lot of guys off there.
I bet he does too. And here's the other thing that was probably a little more difficult for Logan. He's riding right-handed and that horse is circling to the left. But I love the way he lifts on his rein, sets his feet, 78.5 for last night's champ. That's going to put him in the number 2 spot as we look right now, 78 and a nickel.
Back to Alberta, Nanton Skew Taylor, the 23-year-old who won at 2 separate venues. You're going to love this. Won Wainwright last season, and then at the beginning of this season won Homestead, Florida.
There's a few miles between those two rodeos.
Yeah, there's a little bit more salt water around one of them too. Was 83 last night, 750 to the good, and he's got a horse that they typically use in the bareback riding. This is Bomb Cherry. Look how tall this horse is in the bucket chute.
Tall. He's tall and wide. He's built like a dinosaur.
Well, there's graded coconut breeding on both sides, on the mare and on the stallion on this. Large. Well, it was 3 different generations, Boyd.
Oh, in between them?
Yeah, in between those breedings. Whoa, Big Bay. You could pull a 5-bottom plow with that bugger right there, guys. Woo!
It's like a Clydesdale.
Do you know how much syrup it would take to cover the size of a waffle that big, Andy?
Take a lot of irons to make a waffle that big.
You'd have to have a lot of waffles to feed him.
75.5 for Q. 75.5.
For those of you at home who follow rodeo, our 2 people mixed in the music are Benji Bentley and Hambone Hilton, and they are not impressed with this trio of commentators at the current point in time. Just thought I'd let all of you know that.
Are they still here? I thought they left.
I've got a question for the both of you. Have you met a finer human being than Isaac Diaz?
Never. Nope. He's got a rematch, though. This is a horse that bucked him off at Calgary 2 years ago. He bucked off Lucas Mosca. This horse bucked off Lucas Mosca in San Antonio. You have to understand, folks, half the score comes from a horse. On a scale of 1 to 50 on the horse, a scale of 1 to 50 on the cowboy. So you get a horse that's a 45-pointer, and that's what they marked him in San Antonio. If you can make a 45-point ride on a 45-point horse, you can be 90. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, because this horse is so hard to ride. It might be one of the reasons he's marked that high, because he has bucked off some superstars, including Isaac. So this is a rematch and a chance for Ike to get even.
All right, Ike, let's see what you can do on this mare. She's only 7 years old, so that means that professionally the Calgary Stampede have been using her 2 years. From a 5-year-old colt, there's the ducks, there's the dives. Oh, lift on your rein. Oh, my goodness. He's even 1 for 1. Made it fire.
He's going to make it to the whistle, but I don't know that he's going to like the score, because the second half of this ride becomes survival. He's just trying to stay on board. Another great trip from this horse as he lifts on that rein. 81 points for the time being. That's at the top.
So just to make a point about how the horses are a little different in round 2, our scores last night were 83, 85.5, 82, 82.5, 85, 83.5, 80, 81.5. Our scores tonight, 79, 77, 78, 75.5. Finally an 81 from Isaac on Flickering Sky.
You're liable to get that 80 that you wanted again, Boyd, with Ben Anderson. Real quick, a moment ago, Isaac Diaz, congratulations. They are putting him into the Texas Cowboy Hall of Fame in April in Fort Worth. So deserving. Ben Anderson. This guy's won $500,000 in Canada, another $500,000 plus in America.
Hey, let's go to Janie and Isaac while he gets ready.
Isaac, we're back here on the back of the chutes, and it's been kind of a tough night in the bronc riding. What did you have to focus on with a tough horse like that?
We're 1-1 that horse, and now I guess we're 2-1, but she's got me down. She's not easy to ride, so I'm just glad to survive.
Let's just see what happens in the rest of the bronc riding.
Well, that's his Canadian friend, Ben Anderson from Eckville, Alberta, Canada, on a horse called Frontier Acres. That's another young horse, a 7-year-old gelding. As Bob pointed out, they won't really start bucking a horse until they're at least 5. Might take him to a few rodeos at age 6. But Ben Anderson just vaulted to the #1 spot. 85.5 points. Canada tells you there's a new sheriff in town.
That'll make you chew your gum with a smile on your face right there. Happy band, Ben. All right, stay with the Canadians. Let's go to Colby Wanchuk.
Sherwood Park, Alberta. Don't get any dirt in that gum. NFR bucking horse, Why You Are Frisky. He had this horse in the Canadian finals, was 82.5, but the last trip for this bronc came in San Antonio where Alan Bohr was 85.5. What leads the go-round? 85.5. Colby, it can be done. See if the past experiences with this NFR bucking horse have you coached up.
So that horse is leaning hard on his right leg, which is also the gate. And you don't want that horse to lean on the gate. You open the gate and the horse falls down. Sometimes they try a little reverse psychology. They'll put pressure on the horse, so he'll push against that boot and then come off the gate. The other thing you could do is do what Binion's doing right now, and that is pull the horse's nose around just a little bit, and that'll make his weight shift from the right to the left. And so that's a team effort. Everybody wants it the way Colby wants it. And did he have this horse twice already?
Yes, yeah. It's 84.5 and 85. I'd like to see this young man pass the $1 million mark in America this year. Ricky Tiki Wanchuk, his daddy, one of the most famous rodeo clowns in Canada. His mom, his brothers and sisters, he's raised in the rodeo business. First time I ever saw this young man, he was 2 years old as part of the act his dad had going in Cloverdale, BC.
And the horse is still leaning into that right. Again, they're trying to grab the swells of the saddle, get him to pull over just enough so he can nod. Here we go. There's the all-important mark-out rule. Got that part of the job done. Now Colby's going to work, trying to catch his Canadian friend, Ben Anderson. So it's Canada versus Canada right now. And he held that mark-out rule for 2 solid jumps. Then he went to work with his toes turned out. And we have a brand new leader, Wanchuk, 86.5. Colby, you are really doing good, buddy.
All right, Andy, we waited all night for this moment since the opening. Let's see where we go with Sage Newman from Montana.
He's won this rodeo twice. We asked him, how do you do so well here? He told us it's the atmosphere here in Houston. The horses are great, and this crowd is electric. And he has an electric horse. Actually gorgeous is making it really difficult on the Montana man.
Yeah, on behalf of bronc riders everywhere, at least on that trip, yuck. That is not an easy horse to ride. That's not an easy horse to get in time with. Watch how he walks on his front feet a little bit in the early jumps. And then he's, constantly changing his direction. Sage, a 2-time champion of Rodeo Houston back-to-back, is a whopping 65.
So there is the re-ride opportunity for Deer Lodge's Chase Brooks. As Bobby T has pointed out, his Cowboys family, his dad a cattle buyer up in the Big Sky country. And I believe you're right. I believe Willy Wonka is a paint, so I believe that is Willy Wonka.
And if I remember, what I remember about this horse from Denver, I remember going, wow. And I don't remember it was because he was just super rank or just a really nice horse, but I was thinking about the golden wrapper from the TV show Willy Wonka, right? Chocolate Factory. And I'm wondering if this is the golden ticket for Chase Brooks.
Still wondering how a golden ticket gets Grandpa Joe out of bed so quickly. That's one of life's mysteries.
It was miraculous. It was miraculous.
Well, be thinking about 86 points, Brooks. You can do this. Watch this beautiful horse hit, now fire. Whoa. Oh, Willie.
Now I remember why I said wow. I remember now why I said wow. That one bucks. Watch the kick out of the back end, folks. If you want to know where the power from a horse comes, You just watch how high and hard they kick out the back. Watch this. Boom! Big kick there. Wicked move up front. And then another big wicked move, and boom! There comes another kick. Just enough to get him out of the saddle. And old Willie Wonka put Chase on the ground, and we'll erase that 77 score and replace it with a 0. Tough luck for our Montana man.
It was a night where everything had to be earned. Once you pulled your hat down and got your mustache ready, made that bronc rein measurement, the fight was on. The spur stroke was impeccable for some. For others, that seat was hard to keep. On a great pen of bucking horses, as Wyoming's Butner looks up, the Floridian turned Texan and the Alberta man get another look and a fist pump for a job well done. Here's tonight with 86.5. That's Colby Wanchuk at the top. But here's the board that matters.
Absolutely. It is the board that matters. With Colby Wanchuk just 500 ahead of Logan Hay, then Ben Anderson. This is another one that's going to come down to the wire tomorrow in round 3. Energy Transfer brought you the Cowboys in the Saddle Bronc riding. But coming up next, the big boys start tackling the bovine when we return to Houston.
Oh boy, everybody knows how to text. Let's get ready. It's time for the Entertainer Trivia. I want you to answer the screen, answer the question on the big screen, answer it correctly for a chance to win season tickets to the 2025 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
This is one of those places you have to go. I mean, look at that. There's Miss Rodeo America, right? And Miss Rodeo Texas. It is the Fan Zone, and we have 2 locations to serve you. Sections 103 and 124, and they're both brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. You can see our champion saddles and, of course, all kinds of athletes, rodeo royalty. I believe Leon Coffey's been up there as well, Boyd.
He was, but now we got him down here. There's the Hall of Famer, Leon Coffey, in the Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Camp. Oh, we're going to get the cowboy in you. The wild side comes out. Oh, that looks great. The Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Camp. How about, oh yes, happy face emojis for everybody. You're looking good, real good.
Oh my goodness, the carnival is having a beautiful night because of weather and beautiful people. They're there, they're stirring them up. Bulldogging, I'm going to throw it out. The luck of the draw, getting the right steer makes all of the difference. Our steer wrestling is brought to you by Mattress Firm.
The end of last night, Big Cash Rob. 5'10", 230 pounds, and he put the whoop-em on that one. Him and Stetson tied at the top. Rowdy Parrott, Ty Erickson, Holden Myers all in the conversation. I want to point something out with our first Bulldogger, okay? He's 5'11", 180 pounds. He's not the biggest guy here. He uses his athleticism to make winning runs. Rowdy Parrott, the Mamou, Louisiana Cowboy, now living in Belleville. 5'4" last night, was third. He'll set the bar today with a 5'9", with a 5'11", 180. And I point that out because, for example, Stetson Jorgensen is 6 foot 220. Ty Erickson is 6'5", 240. Cash Rob is 5'10", 230. They call this the big man's event for a reason.
Well, this young man fills up the TV screen with his length, and he has got championship DNA. Holden Myers, the son of a world champion, the grandson of a world champion. His dad Rope, his granddad Butch. This young man won Rosenberg, Texas to qualify to be here with us. Also took the title in Mesquite. 25 years of age. Won $500 with a 6 and 9 in round 1 of our 3rd Super Series, Bob.
To watch him here last night leaving. Get you some of this, Holden. Last minute decision to come with that arm to be 5 and 8.
And by 1/10 of a second, he is now the new leader. So these times are already a little faster than our first 2 yesterday. Our first 2 yesterday, we were 8-6 and 15-6. 5-9 and 5-8, we're raising the bar, but here comes Big Stetson. He won $65,000 at the National Finals Rodeo. He's currently number 9 in the world standings from Blackfoot, Idaho. Do you know he went to the Idaho State High School Finals in the bull riding?
I did not know that.
Yes, he was a bull rider back in high school. Can you imagine a 6-foot, 220-pound bull rider today?
Oh, when you come from Idaho, you can do anything you want to. I love that place. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Ooh, little bounce. Okay, if we get a chance to watch this replay, it's going to be a 5-7. He could have been maybe a little quicker. Watch his right foot as he comes around. He's going to kind of stutter step. Boy, he had to get up on the other one. There was a lot of footwork had to happen there, and then balance it, plus use your upper body strength. Still goes to the lead, guys.
But I love a rodeo like this. 5'9", 5'8", 5'7". Let's go for a 5'6".
Ty Erickson's got it. He won this rodeo in 2022. Won a gold buckle in 2019 that says World Champion. Helena, Montana. Just last season, just in 1 year, he won Oakdale, Logandale, and Calgary. There's a lot of guys that want to cross those off on their bucket list. He won all 3 in 1 year.
Yeah, that would be a career for most guys. 6'5", 240. The 2019 champion of the world, the 2022 Rodeo Houston champion. Look at that concentration. The eyes of a middle linebacker. Down and dirty goes Montana. Left horn down, nose up. Once again, we take the lead. Every run has been a lead-changing run. 5.4 for the big Montanan.
Well, if the Final Four's palms weren't sweaty, Bobby T, they are now.
You got it. We're going to go to Missouri and see if we can get us a 5-3. Tyler Mann, he'd be a kid amongst all of the rest in this bunch tonight. 25 years old. Now, you go back a year, working his way to get here, Sioux City, Iowa, Waco, Texas. He broke a barrier last night. Humansville, Missouri. I've got to go there sometime. Yes. I heard the barrier. I don't know what he did. Pull on him, T. 6'6". The chain has been broken, gentlemen.
Well, the steer falls in the wrong direction, costing him some extra time. So the next man you're going to meet, I saw him for the first time at 16 years of age in Las Vegas at a junior rodeo, and he left there with $30,000 at 16.
What did he weigh then?
He looks exactly the same now at 21 as he did at 16.
If you gave me 30 grand when I was 16 years old, I would show you the definition of crummy.
When I was 16 years old, a new truck only cost $4,000.
You know what impresses me even more? Last year he qualifies to his first National Finals Rodeo. You'd think he'd be nervous, have all these butterflies. Nope,
no.
wins the average.
Yeah, and $191,000. Oh, Big Cash Rob, former Rookie of the Year, Big Cash. And he's going to cash in again. Folks, he's the youngest steer wrestler in this field at 21 years of age. He split first last night. He's winning first tonight, and Rob continues to dominate.
Next man to go, Brandon Harrison. We asked the Texas native, what's something people don't know about you?
Something you don't know about me? I don't work out as much. I do more yoga and stretching than most steer wrestlers.
Yoga?
Yeah, he kind of said it like, gee, I hope they don't mind me doing that.
Yeah.
What a great attitude this man has. Great attitude. He is unbelievable just to walk up to, shake your hand.
No, he's a great human, but he's about to do a downward dog on this steer.
Yeah, okay. Do it! The champion in San Antonio! Yeah! Whoa!
No! The barrier steals all of our joy. He didn't give the steer the required head start. Watch this. We discussed it earlier in the tie down and the team roping. You could tell by how it's tripped whether the steer tripped it or the horse tripped it, and it was the horse. So that 4-3 turns into a 14-3.
All right, this is where we work on our breathing exercises. Namaste.
Yeah, yoga today with it. I think I'm going to start. Ty Bowerly.
If you do, I'm filming it because it is going viral.
I'll do it. Ty Bowerly. Here's a third-generation Texan. He got $6,000 at San Antonio. You saw him win $9,000, Boyd, at Denver.
Yeah, this kid's coming off his rookie season. 8-6 last night. He's trying to knock that down a notch. And does. That's going to be good enough for second place cash for the 22-year-old from Jordanton, Texas. He's number 12 in the world. And he's going to be leaving Houston with some more money by virtue of that particular performance right there.
Andy, I want to put him and Holden Myers side by side. They could be twin brothers. Young, strong, good-looking, and good at it. There's the nod. Here's the chase. The race is on. The reach across Texas. Then when you get a hold of him, where do you focus? Down in the dirt. Wow, that's good.
The dejection knowing that Mr. Harrison broke the barrier, and a big smile from Mr. Myers, and a hand clap from a world champ on a job well done. Here's the money from round two. Cash Rob with a 4 and 7, but here's the board that matters the most.
Yep. How much money have you won in your Super Series? You got to be one of the top four. Cash Rob has got the edge on Stetson Jorgensen. Those two guys have definitely qualified. It'll be a fist fight for the other two positions. Mattress Firm brought you the Steer Wrestling.
All right, everybody get ready. Get your nickels out. You want to do some betting on horse racing. It's the ladies in the barrel racing next.
The fun doesn't stop after tonight's concert. Get your adrenaline rush or play some games at the Carnival presented by First Community. Taste award-winning wines from around the world at Champion Wine Garden presented by Frost. If you're 21 and over, enjoy dancing and live music at the Hideout every night from 6 p.m. until midnight. Looking for a casual or fine dining experience? The Ranch Saloon and Steakhouse has got you covered. Enjoy some live music and grab an ice-cold beer at the Miller Lite Ice House. Unwind with a drink as you enjoy a live DJ at the Topo Chico Hard Seltzers Oasis. So stick around, there's plenty to do and something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Beautiful audience continues to file in on a Tuesday evening here inside NRG Stadium. And while you're here, make sure you check out everything that this beautiful venue has to offer. From our great sound system to our beautiful video screens, which right now are featuring the answer to our trivia question. And if you got that answer correct, the winner will be announced on March 23rd, which is getting closer each and every day.
It's barrel racing time here at Rodeo Houston. Be sure and pay attention to our reigning world champion, Cassie Mowry, who actually won Rodeo Houston back in 2017 on her horse, Emmett. I had a chance to talk to her and I asked, how cool would it be to win Houston on a different horse?
Yeah, I mean, it would be amazing to win a rodeo like Houston on Jarvis. He's got so many titles under his belt, but not this one. So it would really be something if he could come out of here with a win.
Well, we'd love to see that for the birthday girl. It's her birthday tonight, so good luck with that. Barrel racing coming your way. Thank you again to S&B Engineers and Constructors. So far, so good if your name is Abby Phillips. This cowgirl was first to go last night, ran a 14.71. Nobody beat it. Mowry was right behind her, as was NFR qualifier Latricia Duke and two-time Houston champ Jordan Briggs. She's a world champion as well. The riding redhead, Emily Beisel, just outside the top 4.
From Texas, and Tiani Schuster be the first cowgirl to come up the alleyway. And that big gray horse, longer than she wanted to be in round 1. She's found barrel number 1. Great turn. She will finish with 2 turns to the left. As she gets down to barrel number 3, Texas lady needs to hear from you, Houston. 14.94 faster here in round 2. We always love seeing improvement.
Well, she went from last night to first tonight on the top of the ground. Can't hurt you. Chloe Gray lives in the great state of Georgia. She ran a 15.18 last night. Pick it up a little bit better on the first turn. Boyd says straight lines, perfect turns. Hey, Houston, everybody help her. Run wide. Still good. 14.68.
Yeah, that would have won the round last night. So it looks like it's a little bit of a faster track. Here comes the birthday girl that Janie talked to. We're talking about Cassie Mowry. $1.3 million in career earnings. The reigning world champion barrel racer. Dublin, Texas cowgirl. Don't hold back, Lone Star State. You got to ride with her. Jarvis around 2. Uno más, dale gas. Here we go. And a 15.02. She's actually about 0.3 of a second longer than she was last night.
Here's another world champion and past Rodeo Houston champ, Jordan Briggs of Tolar, Texas. 4-time NFR qualifier who has eclipsed the $1 million mark. She was 14.94 last night, $750. Rolo, the little sorrel, gets around the second. Can she do it one more time? Yes, she can. Comfortable again, 14.80. That is second for Miss Briggs.
There you go. You can touch them, you just can't tip them. World champion and 2-time Rodeo Houston champ.
In an absolutely star-packed set of barrel racers, kind of an underdog story to kick off our barrel racing. Chloe Gray turns in a 14.68, even took a step off of that third barrel. You can take a look at it right here. She comes in, turns it nice and tight, and then when they're running home, they had kind of a different angle, took up a little bit more ground to cross the timeline, but it's still incredibly fast. Her awesome horse cross, and that puts her in the number 1 spot right now. Her and Chloe Gray and Jordan Briggs are head-to-head going in on this ghost cam. We can see the difference in the time. Right here as they're headed into the second, they're about tied. Their timing's a little different, loses a little bit of time around the second, then they catch back up. Now we have a clear lead here with Chloe Gray going into that third barrel and then just storms out of it just a little bit faster than Jordan Briggs. Here you can see the angle that Chloe Gray took running home. Still wicked fast, 14.68 for her. That's what the next 4 barrel racers are going to be chasing. But I'm still looking out for our winner from last night, Abby Phillips. She's riding her awesome big gilding she calls Big P. They run to the left barrel first. It's optional. You can run right or left. They decide to go left. Sets up a good angle here at Rodeo Houston. I think we're going to see a faster track yet.
All right, good stuff. Thank you, Cheney. Let's go to the riding redhead. Emily Beisel, number 6 in the world. 6 times consecutively to the national finals rodeo. She's around 2 barrels, 1 more to get by. Let's ride. The horse race, whoa! 14.58, and by a full 1/10 of a second, which is a lot in a barrel racing run. The Riding Redhead has number 1.
So now if you want to be in the top 4, you have to be faster than 1494, Latricia Duke. Zephyr, Texas. She won Omaha last year. It helped her get to the national finals rodeo. And this golden Palomino is tearing up the course. Let's go home. 1484, and that is now 4th. Man, this is tough, fellas.
All right.
Yeah, and it's going to get even tougher. If any cowgirl can have a comeback story from round number 1, it is the resilient Carly Otero. They hit the first barrel last night, but her and Sly have been such an incredible team as they go into that first barrel nice and clean tonight, headed into that second. Carly Otero, 4 times the NFR, ridden all kinds of different great horses. We turn that third, and a down third barrel is going to add 5 seconds. 15-20 plus 5. You can see it right here as they come out of that second. They had awesome momentum, and then just turned that third just a little too close. Can't knock the barrels over, guys.
Thank you, Jenny. Anytime you get a penalty in this event, it does not disqualify you, but it'll take you out of here. Here's the lady that had the winning run last night with a 1471. Abby Phillips, Marshall, Texas. Boy, she did bail into that one. You're going to do it again. I said she's from Texas. Wide a little bit, but I don't think it's going to hurt her. 14-89. 14-89 for Abigail. Boys, the ground to me tonight looks drier, maybe, I don't know, but just spitting it up. Here you go.
Whatever it is, once they cross the line, the horses are enjoying the course. As they dig down deep, trying to get around our cloverleaf pattern. The horses and their riders. You get a little too close and tip one over, it'll cost you 5 seconds. As Georgia comes across the line and gets a second place check. But it was Emily Beisel at the top with that 14:58. Money, money, money. That is how you move on. And we are tied with Abby Phillips and Emily Beisel. Look out for Chloe and Cassie, excuse me. Barrel race is heating up with our friends at S&B Engineers and Constructors.
From one cowgirl contest to another, Breakaway roping is next on our Rodeo Houston agenda. Round 2, Super Series 3, sponsored by Oxy. In night number 1, Willow Wilson, the Wyoming cowgirl who normally stays in the Mountain State Circuit, got her invite to Houston and proves she belongs here without question. 3,000 to the good, and then Good and Connor in hot pursuit. Aspen Miller finishing in the top 4.
Josie Connor is where we start. 1,500 for that 3 and 4 last night. 3-time NFR qualifier. Sorrel horse gets her where she needed to be, but the loop doesn't go on. No time for the champion of Fort Worth and the number 1 lady in the world.
Well, you might just hold on to it if nobody else beats her at Houston for a day or two. Let's go to another top tenner. Aspen Miller, Santa Fe, Texas, Sam Houston State University. I thought that might get a pretty good raise.
Number 2 in the world after winning San Antonio. Her horse's name is Jigsaw. Here's a good look at Jigsaw. Yeah! 2.8. Folks, anything under 3 is phenomenal. Come on, let's hear it for that cowgirl. Way to go. Now to another lady who split a check last night, split second and third. Bobby T. Brady Good of Abilene.
Taylor County, out west of Fort Worth and Rutherford. The Good family, horse people, calf ropers, team ropers, steer ropers, and breakaway ropers. Good, Brady. We'll live with that. 3.6. Now, at the moment, that's in the money. Her 3-4 last night has her in the middle. See if it'll hold.
Good job of riding that horse, though, because that horse wanted to set up when she first leaned to throw, and she did a good job of riding him back up into position right there.
It's amazing to me how strong the horse market has gotten in the breakaway roping.
Oh, my God.
As more and more people have seen the opportunities that these breakaway ropers are enjoying. Donnell Jones of Bryan, Texas. WPRA World Finals qualifier. And no time here in round one. See if her and the bay horse can rebound, and they can. 3 and 9 for Miss Donnell.
Boyd, if you mention, and we all watch how they rope, she swings the rope, getting to the calf at the same speed, never does rear up and wire it. She just rides, swing, and throws it. Fluid.
Well, and at the speed you're moving in this big arena, because the calf gets such a huge head start, you better have a Nolan Ryan fastball in your hip pocket, because it's going to take some arm strength to get it there. Cheyenne McCartney, Kingston, Oklahoma, Texas A&M graduate. Right here, 3 times to the NFR. And I tell you what, they have flipped the script today. Yesterday, the breakaway was a little bumpy, but other than Josie having trouble to start, it's been 2-8, 3-6, 3-9, 3-6. It's been good.
Now to Windy, Wyoming. Bags is Willow Wilson. Willow Wilson of Wyoming. Our champion from last night. Sorry, I had to. I love alliteration. You know, just put it all together.
Yeah, you got it, Andy. The name is Seiler, by the way, Andy Seiler.
There's no alliteration in that. Hey, she just keeps plucking away. 3.4. She was 3-3 last night. Trust me, consistency is where it's at in the breakaway until we get to the semifinals and the final round. Then it's all about speed. But right now, she's playing this game smart, real consistent. Way to go, Willow.
2 veterans to roll back-to-back, and their sisters. This is Martha Angeloni, Stephenville, Texas, 2022 world champion. We watched her at the NFR Open at the Pike Speaker Bus. Oh, yeah! Woo! She even got a figure 8 and a sizzle with that, guys.
These world champion sisters were born and raised in Virginia, moved to Texas to try and further their opportunities in the cowgirl game. And they just continue to get better and better each and every time you see them. Sarah, the younger sister and the all-around world champ, now living in Lipan, Texas. Qualified to the NFR back in 2023. Number 22 in the world. Just how fast can she be? And I believe they're going to say the calf stepped through the loop. It is going to be a no time for Sarah.
Yeah, she didn't get that sizzle her sister did.
So some tough luck for the little sister, Sarah Angeloni. Oh, there's Martha. She's got a look of determination after a no time last night. Everything you do has got to be a coordinated effort. Horse, cowboy, or cowgirl in sync. When things go well, you can smile. And when things don't go well, you can go, get you tomorrow. Aspen Miller is going to get the money. The champion of San Antonio is going to win round 2 of this series, but the big money is what counts the most.
There it is at $4,000 for WW from Wyoming. Aspen right on her tail at $37.50. Oh, I hope you like the breakaway roping, because we like to say thank you to Oxy for making it happen.
Well, we love bull riding, and we know you do too. It's coming up next in H-Town.
You see those busy men and women working the gates, setting up the equipment, Oh, they do all the hard work behind the scenes. Say thanks to Cavaliers Boot City for sponsoring our arena crew. Much appreciated.
Hi, I'm Zeke Thurston, 4-time world champion saddle bronc rider. We're here in Houston. Always look forward to coming to this rodeo. Just the hospitality that they provide for their cowboys is bar none. Part of that hospitality is the Houston Methodist Sports Medicine team. They're there to take care of us, you know, knock the sore spots away, take care of your bumps and bruises that you've sustained during the rodeo or maybe prior, and get you loose, limber, and ready to ride.
Oh boy, Chad Rutherford is signing autographs up there. Now, girls, he's married with children. That's all right. It's a place to be, and I hope you'll get there. Section 103 and 124. That is the Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. We call it the Fan Zone. You need to get up there. Section 103, Section 124.
We start our rodeo fans early in Texas. Yeah, that's his first cowboy hat, and he's about to be entertained by the Toro twisting bull riding. Next, thank you to Rock and Roll Denim for presenting it at Rodeo Houston. Oh, Trevor Rice, he put on a show. That bull had only been ridden one time until Trevor twisted him yesterday. It was worth $3,000. Trey Benton, Jace Trosclair, and Dustin Bouquet all in the lineup.
If you're a bull rider, you want some of the best in the business as bull fighters. Well, we've got them. On the left of your screen, the GOAT, Dusty Tuckness. The man in the middle, NF Farm bullfighter Nate Justice. And the man on the right, Bo Sheets. So glad to have him.
Well, you want a good guy in the barrel as well. Here is the 10-time NFR barrel man, John Harrison.
What's up? Houston, one question. Who's ready to ride some bulls? Hey, y'all need to come up here, a little better seat. Come up here closer. Don't be scared. Real close. Up here close. Come on, let's ride some bulls.
Thank you, John. We're going to start it off with Clayton Sellers, Florida. Here's a neighbor for you, Andy.
Number 16 in the world. Won the Extreme Bulls at Spanish Fork and Ellensburg.
I love the name of this bull, Law Dog. Law don't go around here. Law Dog.
Don't tell that.
Law don't go around here, dog.
Don't tell that to an herb. This bull's never been ridden.
I don't know, Darlin, do I hate him?
But they've only bucked him 5 times.
He is a young bull. That's a great point.
No, I'm sure of this. I hate him.
All right, Law Dog, do your boy thing. Yo, ooh. What? Oh, good golly.
No, don't go out the gate. He's going out. Okay, you know, I don't know much about bull riding. I've just watched a lot of it, never done much of it. But just as a rule of thumb, as a general suggestion, guidance, if you're going to run away from a bull, probably not a good idea to run out the gate he's going out. Just saying.
And he was smart enough to turn around and grab the fence and get him some altitude.
That's great life advice. It looked like resting Boyd face there, too. Trey Benton III of Richards, Texas, the number 4 man in the world, has got a bull that is unridden by right-handers. Trey Benton is right-handed. This bull wins his matchups 91% of the time. Trey Benton won $2,000 last night to add to his over $1.5 million career. I think the only thing he doesn't have is a Rodeo Houston title and a world title.
Yeah, well, he could get one this year. With those 3 kids, he's thinking more about baby boots, baby shoes, baby carriages.
He's asking him to move the slide gate. That's what he's pointing at. He's like, wiggle that slide gate so that bull looks a little bit. Now, you just don't want the bull to get his nose in it, because once he gets his nose in it, the rest of him could decide to try to go through it too. Bull isn't buying the trick.
All right, he's up over his rope. Let's go, Houston, help him! He's from Richards, Texas! Yeah! Get up on your rope!
Ah!
Doggone switchback. This bull.
Smart.
Now, yeah, I'm sure he has the book on him. Right about here, bull goes, that ain't working. Let's try this. And when he did, his left foot came straight ahead. He lost his grip with his feet and took a ripping. Dang it.
Yeah, he was hoping for a rewrite. He thought the bull might have gone down in the back end, but he did not. So it's going to be a no score. Dustin Bouquet of Bourg, Louisiana. The bull is 25-6. Cool out. 76% buck off, but when they do ride him, they average about 83. And since we're 0-2, just a qualified ride would be fantastic.
Absolutely, and it's tough to bet against Dustin Bouquet. All 5'7", 145 pounds to him. 31-year-old cowboy who has qualified for the national finals 4 times. That's our Super Bowl, our World Series. There you go, Dustin. Twist this dude. Oh, no.
I guarantee you what, the flank man, Bubba, the flank man had his right gear on that right bull. And that makes a lot of difference of how they set that flank. Oh, that free arm got too close, really too close. He went for the tail on the last one. Get out of here, he said.
Right there, he knew he slapped the bull, so he opened that hand and everything popped out, thankfully.
I know many of y'all who have come to this rodeo year after year after year will remember a bullfighter by the name of Miles Hare. His brother Vernon raised this bull we call Hot Rocks. And it's a rematch. Coy Pohlmeyer had this bull in Kalispell, Montana in August of 2023 and lost. Now it's his chance to get even. A year and a half later, the Fort Scott, Kansas Cowboy. Nope. And we're 4 out and we're 4 down.
Is it just me or was he trying to get ahead of that bull?
Yeah, and the bulls are just getting their sparkle on. That's all I can tell you.
He tried to beat him around the corner. Watch right here. See him reach over, left foot. He did everything right except he took his left foot loose. And you still got to get around the corner and hang on in the middle. You ride bulls with your feet, not with just your rope. Boy, do I sound like I'm a bull rider.
We're 0 for 4. Make a prediction on how many bulls we will ride. 4 left to go.
2.
You're going to go 50%. Well, when you look off the buck-off ratios of our remaining bulls, I think that is very much possible. This one has a 75% buck-off rate. The bull originally came out of Velva, North Dakota. Right now, the bull is 12-3. Hayes Waite had this bull in San Antonio a little less than a month ago and rode him for 87 points. Now that bull's head is down and he's probably not going to want to take him that way. He'd probably rather have the bull looking up, but we'll see just what his plan is. Luke Casey, a former Rookie of the Year award winner, went to the National Finals rodeo as a rookie. No score last night, looking to bounce back.
Boy, look how far his left hand is down on the side. And it's away from his hand. Oh, get up and run if you can. Bullfighters, thank goodness you are there.
Amen to that, Bobby T. Look out. Dual Citizen is doing double time. He is not playing fair with John Harrison.
I love it when that happens to John. It's just like Christmas for me. Oh, now Luke Casey gets punch drunk. He gets slammed down so hard he's having a little bit of trouble finding out where he's living at the moment. And you can tell he's like, where am I? Head buried in the sand. Bullfighters moving in, doing everything they can. But Luke Casey's just trying to get up so he can get out. Our bullfighters are fearless. Let's give them a round of applause. They do a great job. Hey, John. Hey, John. John, have you heard of Western Justice?
I can't.
You can't hear me? Okay. Well, you're the lucky one then.
I'm still collecting my chickens.
All right, here's one of those two collecting his chickens. One of those two that Andy and I think are going to get by him. The bull is 8-3. His name is Eclipse. Comes from the David Bailey bunch. Oh, there's Jace Trosclair. Come on, buddy, you can do this. 22 years old, no reason this isn't going to work. He's the champion of Franklin, Tennessee, rose at Burke, Texas last year.
Now he's going to re-pull.
Dang it.
Gotta get it right.
The reason I'm excited about this opportunity is they rode this bull twice in San Antonio, so that has me thinking maybe Jace has a little confidence with his matchup.
And you know, if you think if you were going to be a bull rider, that you'd kind of have to get pumped up, right? Like, you know, middle linebacker, get ready to hit somebody. This guy is the coolest, calmest, just laid back.
He's like the dude.
Yeah, he's like the Big Lebowski. Here he goes.
Yeah, it's going to work. I told you, get up. Oh, no. He get my chop popping. Maybe he should have been trying a little harder.
Well, my prediction's not looking too hot.
Yeah, we're going to have to go 100% in the last two. That bull changed his, watch this bull, he's going to buck. Kind of a flat spinner at first, and then all of a sudden he's going to change things up. And Jace Trosclair, as Nate Justice tries to pull the bull away. Now we're turning to Maverick Potter from Waxahachie, Texas. He's got a bull called William James George. This bull has got a record. He's been bucked 58 times in his life. Been ridden 16. That gives him a 72% buck-off rate. My money's on Maverick. He's number 8 in the world. He won Fort Worth with an 89.5-point ride. Go get him. Go get him.
Right in the latch. Left foot inside. Hold on. It's going to work. Yes.
We're halfway there, fellas. The big stout bull from the Cervies ran into the buzzsaw that is Maverick Potter. Once he gets his seat, he does not leave it. 83.5 for Waxahachie.
You're watching him in the sweet spot, right square in the middle. He knew what he had. Jump for jump. Towards the end, he got a little Western. I don't care. Give it to him again. He's a Texan. 83.5.
Let's go to the guy that won the round last night. He's got a rematch. We asked him about this bull.
Buckskin Billy. I've been on him in West Jordan, Utah last year, and he bucked me off, so I'm looking to get some payback.
Yeah, they marked the bull 44.5 in West Jordan, Utah last year when he bucked him off. Jake Dunham is the only guy to ever ride this bull, and he was 86 in San Antonio. The bull is 9-1. Trevor Rice, Linden, Iowa. This could be the dagger. There you go, Trevor. Get even. Get even. Yes, you did it. And so did you, Andy. You nailed it. We rode 2 out of the last 4.
Oh, God.
Folks, he can't hear you.
He warned him that he was going to do that. Now look at this. Look at that bull slime and sizzle. Folks, 86.5 points. just what he was last night, 24 hours ago.
Well, there's your dagger. Rice is going to win this Super Series. There's no mathematical way anybody else can pass him. So he will be the champion of the Super Series. The only question will be, can he sweep it? One thing about bull riding, folks, it's going to be painful. It doesn't matter if you succeed or fail in the 8-second effort. Sooner or later, the G-force, the bull force, something is going to break an egg inside of you. Luke Casey paid the price today. And so did John Harrison with Dusty Tuckness over the top. And of course, Trevor Rice, 2 nights, 286 and a halves, and now his partner, John Harrison, says take it over. There's tonight, Bobby, another $3,000.
All right, 86 and a half for 3. Winning second's okay. Boyd just gave you the math on how it's going to come down tomorrow. Can he sweep it at the top and add to that $6,000? That's bull riding, and it's brought to you by Rock and Roll Denim.
Up next, a very special tribute